Good evening. Welcome to Fake Lies and Confusion and AAA Podcast. I am Godless Reggie. We have NJ with us today and D80. How y'all doing today?
I'm fabulous. How's
Y'all
y'all?
beauty.
Can you hear
I'm
me?
doing good. I
You hear
can't
me?
complain.
Reg, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Yes.
We did testing, one,
Yeah, I
two,
hear you.
three already. We did that. Go
Okay.
ahead, bite that lip.
Today's
Bite
a
that.
very special. Today's a special episode titled "The You." Before we get this episode started, I want to make a couple public service announcements. If you personally know me, you know that I'm a very playful person. Like I like to make a lot of jokes, things like that. Some would say I would go too far, right? I
Yeah.
also could be a very serious person. Uh, today, today is serious. Today's serious. I'm not joking. This particular topic that we're talking about kind of hits home, literally, right? Um, there's people involved. There's children involved. So I want to make an announcement before I even get this started. Shout out to anybody whose family is involved. I don't mean no harm to you. I'm not trying to belittle your situation. I'm not trying to make fun of your situation. I am trying to expose the situation. That's true. Not from your personal point of view. Your name will not be said. Your child name will not be said. But I feel like the people that were in charge of the situation, they need to be held accountable. A lot of times we hear situations like this and it gets swept under the rug, right? And to me, that's the main problem with it. It gets swept under the rug, so things keep going on and on and on and on. These are also allegations, so I'm not saying anyone is innocent or guilty. This is just me speaking about the situation. You might as well say I'm a form of media at this point. I podcast. These are things I do. And this is a trending topic. So I decided to speak on it today. Again, these are all allegations. So I'm not saying these people are innocent or guilty. So today's topic again is the U. That stands for the Ursuline High football scandal. I became aware of this situation maybe about a week ago. I didn't really look into it too much. I didn't really think that it was to the magnitude that it is. Uh, I heard hazing, not belittling anybody that's ever been hazed before. I figured maybe someone got roughed up at the worst. Maybe you had to carry some equipment. Maybe something of that sort. Horseplay, just general horseplay. That's what I was thinking in my mind. It's not that. It's not that. It's definitely not that. Have y'all heard anything about this situation?
As a matter of fact, until you brought it up, no. But in the meantime, and in between time, I have I've gone all the way down to campus schematics and what the buildings are made of. But that's not what I'm here for tonight. Tonight, we are not here to speculate. We're here to invoice the silence. We're not here to protect legacies. We're here to melt the ice palace. We're not here to talk about Bruno, but we will loudly, sarcastically, factually. From the U in Ohio to Santana Margaritaville in California, from PPP loans to risk management pools, we're dragging every institutional spell that keeps victims quiet and reputations polished. That was it.
Thank you. I like that. What about you,
Yeah.
D80?
No, I hadn't heard about it until you guys put it in the chat, and even then, when I went online to do my Google, I had to ask my brother because I didn't really find much about it. And then from what he told me, that's when I got an understanding of the the sexual, disgusting nature of what happened. And I hate to say it, but it's part of a culture that needs to be stopped. It really does. Just fucked up. It don't belong in any culture, period,
I agree.
especially sports.
But then we have to talk about Bruno, because then that brings in the speculation of I watch Special Victims Unit, and I watch true crime. I just won't watch it over and over and over again. That's in the past. I mean, how many ways can you figure out how to get away with murder and figure out you don't feel like murdering anybody? It's just not your forte. But I'm getting off track. I'm getting off track. The point is, the point is, how long are we gonna keep watching these shows and keep putting our heads in the sand and going, well, they should have took the 5 million and went about their merry way and got some psychotherapy and enjoyed the champagne life on 5 mil.
I don't know. When you have a president that's a convicted rapist, I mean, it trickles on down. So, in my opinion, that culture is celebrated. Look online. Look at the people.
But if they put him in jail, he can't pay what he was ordered to
Well,
pay by the court. You can't stop him from making his livelihood so that he can pay the fee ordered by the court. I learned that in traffic school.
I don't know if that's a thing.
No, it
I
really
don't
is a thing.
disagree.
That is exactly
I don't
how
disagree about the president being a great.
I think Reggie froze.
no.
I don't disagree with the president being a rapist. Way before he was, I have to give him just a little slack. That's
What was he convicted
and I hate
for?
giving Trump any
I mean,
slack.
so your opinion about it, he was
This
fucking
time I
convicted, so
kind
your
of
opinion
got
don't
to,
matter.
you know.
What?
No. I'm not saying he is. No, he is. He is. You're right. But what I'm saying is this just predates him. That's all. I'm just saying it predates him. Like this culture.
I know that. I'm just talking about the environment that we
You
have now, that
don't
nobody's going to
agree?
try to talk about it, or nobody's going to try to really expose it like that, because it's not a popular thing to do, because again, the man at the top is exactly that. That's all I was saying.
Okay. I get you. So let me do a little bit of reading on this because I don't want to misquote or anything like that. This is according to Fox Sports. Give me 1 second. An Ohio high school is facing a federal civil rights lawsuit after one former student on the football team made several disturbing allegations, including that he was subjected to hazing and sexual assault while attending a football camp in June. According to court documents, the complaint filed Tuesday in the United States District Court for the Northern District of Ohio named Ursuline High School in Youngstown as a defendant in the case. Several school officials and football coaches, the Catholic Diocese of Youngstown, and several unnamed players and parents were also listed as defendants in the lawsuit. According to a press release from the Chandra Law Firm, which is representing the mother of the football player and her daughter, the lawsuit claims that the plaintiff's son was violently assaulted during a 9-day football camp that traveled through Florida, Tennessee, Alabama in June. The boy, who was not identified in the lawsuit, was described as a freshman on the team, claimed that he was sexually assaulted on the first night of the trip by one player. Another player was accused of filming the assault and uploading it to the team's group Snapchat. The alleged hazing and bullying continued in the days after the initial alleged assault. And on the 4th day of camp, the plaintiff alleged that he was assaulted again when he was restrained by several players and stripped until he was completely exposed. The alleged lawsuit again filed and shared with the same group on Snapchat. The alleged assault was again filmed and shared with the same group on Snapchat. The lawsuit named other alleged acts of hazing and bullying, both against the plaintiff and other players. The complaint also alleged that school officials failed in their response to the plaintiff's complaint and that coaches were aware of the threats of bullying during the camp but did not take meaningful action. The mother first raised the allegations to an assistant coach on June 16th during the camp and claimed that the coach allegedly dismissed the assault allegations, stating just boys being boys. According to the complaint, she also met with school officials after her son returned home and claimed that they were showing no regret, remorse, or compassion at the start of the meeting. The complaint also accused the school of failing to perform an investigation or take meaningful disciplinary action against the players or coaches, even after being presented with evidence. According to the law firm representing the plaintiffs, the mother's daughter was also subjected to intimidation, and the family allegedly faced retaliation after coming forward with the complaints, according to the complaint. In addition to hazing and assault, the lawsuit also alleged that several Title IV violations and said that the defendants committed several other offenses, including false imprisonment, stalking, child pornography, and distributing lewd and obscene materials. This case is about accountability. No family should have to endure the trauma this family suffered at the hands of other students, and that at the hand of a school officials who suit alleges made excuses, ignored, and even tried to cover up what happened. The complaint's lead attorney, who I will not name, said in a press release, "We would welcome hearing from people with information about the lawsuit's allegation and also from other victims." The school, Ursuline High School in the Catholic Diocese of Youngstown, were contacted for comment. In response, a spokesperson told Fox News Digital that a police investigation into the allegations was ongoing and that both school and diocese representatives have cooperated in the investigation. The safety and well-being of our students is Ursuline High School's top priority. Give me a second. Parents can and should feel confident that their sons and daughters are in a safe environment every day. To that end, we want to highlight the steps we've taken in regard to the allegations about the football program. The statement continued after the students and coaches returned from the trip in question. One family made a formal report to the school alleging misconduct. Once informed, Ursuline's administration timely opened an investigation. Immediately thereafter, diocesan representatives and local authorities were notified of the allegations. Both Ursuline and the Diocese of Youngstown continue to cooperate fully with the authorities' investigation, which is ongoing, both out of concern for the identity of minors and at the request of the police. Ursuline has not discussed the allegations in public. The school noted that disciplinary actions against some of the students most directly involved were imposed under Ursuline policies. Some students left the school before discipline could be imposed. Increased chaperone presence and mandatory training reviews were put in place as a result of the allegations. The school added the football team's game on this past Friday was also canceled following the news of the civil case. Yeah, that's a lot right there. But
Damn.
What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts is going to be the same because it sounds like the retelling of the same old story. It is. It's this retelling of the same old story. How long are you going to keep going with the boys will be boys theory until that one person gets the right ear and tells at the right time? And then everybody wants to come in and be like, yeah, me too, me too, me too, me too. No, that was not any reference to the Me Too movement. It just so happened to fill in right there that I wanted to use the words me and too, as in also.
Really
How you feel,
sad,
Deanna?
man. I'm really sad. It's nothing new, unfortunately. I'm just thankful that whoever that young man was stood up and told his moms what was going on. And I'm very thankful that she had the resilience to not take whatever bullshit they were giving her, but to continue to press the issue, right? And I know it takes a lot to expose to pretty much put your child's life on the line. But to be honest, she's probably doing it not just for her child, but for the other victims who never said shit. And a few of those people who are actually who are doing those acts are probably some of those victims too, right? So yeah, I like to see this house of cards fold.
Oh, well, since you want to see the house of cards fold, do you know how much the archdiocese over that high school got in PPP loans? Maybe that's why mom don't want the 5 million. Maybe she knows how
How
much
much?
they got in PPP loans in 2020 when they filed. Maybe that's why she doesn't want to settle.
I'm not sure.
I mean, I don't know what PPP has to do with people getting raped, so I don't know.
Well, I don't want to talk about people getting raped because it's a systemic raping system amongst the archdiocese. And there's no reason to drag yet another sad story of yet another childhood loss and not talk about how it is systemically in place. We can't talk. I'm tired of talking about the kid. I'm tired of going, let us bow our heads, put our hands together. No, let's talk about how much the archdiocese that is over this particular high school and over the other high school that is at the same time in California doing the same exact let's not talk about Bruno and it's simultaneously singing let it go, let it go, oh dear Lord Jesus, please let it go. I am not the one. I ain't going to let it go. I don't want to bow my head and talk about the child that had to go through that trauma and will be traumatized for the rest of their life. Just like our unfortunate military service people, once they leave the military, whether honorably or dishonorably, they are still scarred for life. So let's talk about the fucked up system and how there was 73 complaints, 73 effing complaints. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the insurance company. Oh my goodness. General liability and sexual misconduct liability. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about school assets is incorporated separately, its own assets, endowments, property, cash reserve could be targeted because the insurance company, thanks to those previous acts being committed and documented, will not be paying out. Uh, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute while I figure out that dollar amount because I know it's here somewhere.
Okay, are you talking about the PPP loan amounts?
Yep. Yep.
Interesting. Um, my thing is my thing is like, how long has this been going on? Well, I mean that's me wording it wrong. I'm not gonna say how long has it been going on. How long has the coaching staff been aware of it? Right? How many years? Um, because it's
Decades,
starting to turn into
centuries.
a Jerry Sandusky type thing, right? I mean, maybe not with you know how Jerry Sandusky conducted himself in that situation because he was the predator, right? But when it came out that Joe Paterno, who I did respect, was aware of this situation for many years, it was like, you're complicit, bro. You're complicit. You're complicit.
The
Um,
whole idea
so
is
that
to
that's what I want to
all
know.
under the
I,
rug
I
until
would
you
say
get the
just
truth.
from the hold on, right. Um, I could see that there is some form of cover up happening from the beginning. You can see that, but I feel like initially it kind of seems like he's kind of just brushing it off too. But if you knew of this culture anytime previous to that, and I'm trying my best to give them the benefit of the doubt. But if you were aware of this culture, and you had to have been, because from my understanding, it's been going on for years. You're complicit, and you need to go to jail. I'm sorry, you got to.
Yeah, it's deep, man.
I will draw my line in the stand. I will not retract any of my thoughts. I will only remove the names. But they know, they've always known, it's ingrained in the
It's
culture.
crazy.
They
It's
went
crazy.
through it when they went through the same school system as youngsters, and they figured, well, I went through it and I survived and I turned out okay. So why can't these young men have a little fun? Just the good old boys, never meaning no harm.
Man,
Been in trouble with the law since the day they was born.
man.
These are students that go to a Catholic school. This is not a inner city school either. So again,
Right, because it
I'm
wouldn't have
wondering
happened at an
also,
inner
like,
city school. Because you would have went home and told your cousins, and that would have been the last time the coach, whoever participated in anything else, walked the streets alone at night. You either relocate or you last as long as you can last. Good luck.
maybe because some people may be super embarrassed about that. I don't know how a person would feel. You know what I mean? And to my point, a lot of that has to have happened because why is it just now coming out? But also, NJ, even though this is a Catholic school, right? They recruit heavily in the inner city for sports. So a lot of them players on that team are black. Don't get it fucked up. I would say maybe worst case scenario, 50% of them, 40 to 50% of them would have to be black.
And I'm going to point out to you the all boys school where the young men were locked up in the basement while the building burnt down. That was hazing. I'm going to remind you of all the hazing that goes on in the black fraternities since forever. I've heard all my cousins and the brothers get together and tell the stories of remember when we ain't think we was gonna live through that night, but we made it. Gonna send our sons to the same school, have them do the same experience. Made a man out of us.
Yeah, Air Fam, you got banned for several years because of that, because of hazing and sexual misconduct for hazing. So yeah, like you said, it's
Yeah,
nothing
it's
new.
just,
It's just,
I don't know.
it's just,
It just,
it has to be exposed and stopped. That's all. That's all we can do.
but listen, maybe I'm just ignorant. Maybe I'm ignorant. I'll take that. I've never heard of no shit going this far, man. Not with boy on boys.
Oh yeah.
I ain't never heard no hazing that go this far.
Now you know why
Never,
we stopped with Dr. Umar
never.
when we stopped
Like
with Dr.
that's
Umar.
like,
As
okay.
soon
So
as he said
it'd be
snuggle
shocking to
around the
me too.
campfire.
But wait a minute. It also is shocking to me that when people tell me that they went through this as their childhood too. That shit shocks the fuck because none of that shit didn't happen to me. None of it.
Yeah.
None of it. So when I hear it, I just be like, damn.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Like the hazing, yes, but not that. Not that. Like they might root you. Like I play for Rand. You know, and wrestle with you and throw water on you and dumb shit. I mean, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. But
Right.
it
Our hazing was,
nothing like
emptying
that.
out eggs and filling them up with
Nothing like
water and hitting you with them. That was our hazing.
That's deep.
Now, the farthest I've heard, now this was far. I've heard of them putting icy hot and people's like jock strap or on them and shit like that. I've heard that. I've heard
They
that.
did that at Rand. On the Rand football team, they did that.
Right.
I've seen
That's what I
pissed off wives put
Yeah, that's what I
itching
heard.
powder in their husband's underwear to see if he'll think he got a VD from
Oh
scratching.
wow.
Yeah, I've seen that on I've actually seen 2 separate wives try that out, and it worked both times. I was amazed. I didn't think it was gonna work that second
That's
time, but it did.
Wow.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Well, I guess he shouldn't have been doing whatever he's doing.
That's almost that's like illegal or something, right? Is that illegal? You call the police on your ass. Don't play with me
It's
like
illegal. Like it's actually illegal to hit somebody with a pillow. So yeah, it's definitely illegal.
that. Right.
Wait a minute, what's wrong with a good old fashioned pillow
You're
fight?
right.
Isn't
It
that
is
why
illegal
there's
to hit motherfuckers with a pillow.
25,000 pillows in the house for
I'm
pillows?
dead serious, man. I almost got arrested for assault, and I was like, "With a fucking pillow?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, well,
For
I'll
a
drop
pillow?
that."
You paying?
Nah, I'm not. Unless CPD was just wanting to lock
It's
people up
true.
for no
That's
reason. But yeah, so I just I ain't got time for nobody jail.
Wow, and I
Think
thought
about
it
it.
was crazy
Think
the
about
night
like,
I
man, we
almost
got the
got
heated
locked
ass.
up because
We got
my
the heated
husband
ass
didn't want me
argument,
to drive at night.
and you hit me with a fucking pillow.
Yeah, not a good thing. But all this topic's crazy, man.
All
It's
right,
just
I'm about to
unfortunate.
read some other shit that came out. It is. It's definitely sad, and like I said, it's a shock to me because again, I've never heard of no shit like that. Not that far.
So is the
But I'm
coach
gonna read
white or
some
coach black?
more news on it because again, I can see the
Aha!
English.
Does it make a difference?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know what his name is, but so I'm gonna read this real quick. Give me a second. Remove this. I'm pulling up the wrong shit. So this is according to the local news. Give me a second. I'm having a little bit of computer difficulty here.
This
But
is Ursuline
okay.
releases a statement following
So
federal civil rights
Ursuline
law.
released a statement following federal lawsuit. Okay. The school says disciplinary action has been taken against some students, most directly involved with the alleged incident, but the statement did not specify what disciplinary action was taken. According to a post on Farrell Area School District's Facebook page, Ursuline has informed the district that the game scheduled to take place Friday, September 5th, has been canceled, which was 2 days ago. Farrell coach Amp Hughes told 21 News that he had received this information via a brief phone call from Ursuline head coach Dan Reardon after Ursuline's board of directors made the decision. This announcement comes after a 200-page federal civil rights lawsuit against Ursuline High School, its administrators, football coaching staff, and several members of the football team and their parents was filed earlier this week. The lawsuit alleges that a member of the football team was hazed, as which I mentioned earlier, as well as physically and sexually assaulted by other team members, and that those incidents were allegedly recorded on videos that were allegedly shared in the team Snapchat group chat and later sent to other students and the community at large. The lawsuit further alleges that the coaching staff dismissed the alleged incidents as just boys being boys, and that the school's administration did not properly investigate the alleged incidents or take any disciplinary action against the alleged involved. Since the filing of the original lawsuit on Tuesday, even more alleged victims and or witnesses have came forward. Following these recent developments, Ursuline released a statement explaining their side of the story. According to the statement, the alleged victim's family made a formal report to the school about the incidents, and Ursuline's administration opened an investigation and notified the Catholic Diocese of Youngstown, which I don't believe, and the Youngstown Police Department about the allegations. The school says disciplinary action has been taken against some students, mostly directly involved in the alleged incidents, but the statement did not specify what disciplinary action was taken. The statement also says some other students involved have left the football program before any disciplinary action could be imposed. The school says further administrative action will be communicated upon the completion of YPD's investigation. Ursuline's full statement can be read below. The safety and well-being of our students in Ursuline High School is Ursuline High School's top priority. Ursuline's parents can and should be confident that their sons and daughters are in a safe environment every day, which obviously is not true. To that end, we want to highlight the steps we've taken in regard to the allegations about the football program. After the students and coaches returned from the trip in question, one family made a formal report to the school alleging misconduct. Once informed, Ursuline's administration timely opened an investigation, which is, I don't believe either. Immediately thereafter, diocesan representatives and local authorities were notified of the allegations. Both Ursuline and the Diocese of Youngstown continue to cooperate fully with the authorities' investigation, which is ongoing, both out of concern for the identity of minors and at the request of the police. Ursuline has not discussed the allegations in public. Disciplinary actions against some students most directly involved were imposed under Ursuline policies. Other students involved voluntarily left the football program or Ursuline entirely before discipline could be imposed. Further administrative actions will be communicated once the investigations and legal processes are complete. In the meantime, an increased chaperone presence and mandatory training reviews are in place to further protect student safety. The Ursuline board has decided to cancel the game against Farrell, scheduled September 5th.
Damn.
Again, I think that was a bunch of fluff, BS, jargon, cap. I think the program, bare minimum, should be shut down for the rest of the season. I don't give a fuck how many scholarships y'all gave out. I don't give a fuck that you're a powerhouse. And every last person on that administration should fire. I hate to say it. Hold on, I hate to say it, but if it was the other way around, listen, if there were women involved, it would already happen.
Anybody in here an Alanis Morissette fan? Ever heard the song Ironic? Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? A diocese with a safe environment policy that still moved around accused staff between schools. That sounds like staff moving going on. That just sounds like staff movement. When you get caught 101, follow these steps.
Ursuline's on fire, and it's going down.
What steps though? I don't see the steps. I don't see them.
What? You just read the first step, the opening statement. This is our apology. This is what we're doing, or this is what we think we should be doing. But at this point, we've had 31 credible abuse cases. So yeah, they're really a pro at it at this point. You're just finding out, Reggie, that the school's got this down to a science. Like, this isn't even going to be a hiccup in their football season. And another one bites the dust. Yeah.
I've never
and
heard
another
of,
one's
I've never,
gone, and another one's gone.
I don't think it's going to be like that. I don't think it's going to be like that because we've never heard of this before. The federal government is involved. It's interstate shit. I'm not saying it never happened before, but you're not hiding this one. You're not. It's not happening. It's all over the world.
Who's in the White House again?
Still. A rapist.
Still.
A convicted
but
rapist.
There's no dis.
If I had real money instead of
I want to say
money,
who's
I
all
would bet you on this.
involved.
I would bet you. They're going to hire Pharrell to go sing I'm Happy in front of Notre Dame again in celebration of yet another child scarred for life. Next.
I think it might be too late for
The
that.
government
I think it's
is
a wrap for
involved.
Ursuline.
That's what I'm trying to tell her. Listen, the government is involved. They're not playing. They're not playing. They're not playing no game. So if any person that was directly involved was still on this team after that shit happened, they fucked. They fucked.
And you said that incident happened in June, right? This 2025 June?
Yeah.
How long has the coach been there? Do we know?
Let's see. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Give me 1 second. This shouldn't take me long.
Man, football.
Well, while they're looking that up, anybody like ABBA? Money, money, money must be funny in the diocese world. 2.15 million in
14 years.
PPP loans, but no payout for victims without a fight.
14 years. Yeah,
why would a Catholic
he's
school
going to jail. He's going
why would
to
a
jail.
Catholic school have to get PPP loans? Yeah. You know what I mean, I don't understand too. I don't understand why he's still working there. If Ursuline as a corporation, whatever it is, business, whatever, to get rid of him, you got to disassociate yourself with the whole fucking thing. You take it on the liability with the shit. I mean, you liable either motherfucking way.
But that's just it, right?
But
they don't want to get. They don't want to get
everybody.
They don't want to get sued by the person that needs to be let go. If they let them go too soon without going through the proper channels, then they get sued on both sides.
Yeah, good point. Very good point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good way to think of it. But man, that shit is wild.
Yeah.
That shit is wild.
Right. I still think my method is the best method.
It just hurts me to have to bite my tongue.
I still think my method is the best method.
Again, I hate that I have to bite my tongue because I know of a particular person in a high place who child is on that team. And if I know, the feds know. You know what I'm saying? Do not mention it because I'm sure y'all may be aware of it. Please do not mention it. Right there, that's going to bring notoriety to it. And I'm pretty sure that has something to do with why they're involved.
Everybody's going to know this song. Oops, I did it again.
Every day.
Moving a Q staffer to a new parish without telling the parents. Sound familiar?
Yeah. So yeah, he's been coaching there for 14 years. And again, this culture has been going on, I would say, from my knowledge, my personal knowledge, I say at least three years.
Shit.
Longer than that, for sure. So
he's going to jail.
Hello, darkness,
who started that trend.
Friend. It's the same trend that shows up every time a scandal breaks institutional silence.
Yeah. So what's the next move? What's the next step?
I also have information that.
Hey, D80, you're not allowed to ask me that while the camera's rolling, because I give the next step as what did they say? Rock salt, buckshot, rock salt. Something like that. I keep forgetting which one's supposed to come first. I left my drink. Let me get out of here so that y'all can have a decent conversation without me interfering.
So yeah, I think the coaching staff definitely need to be fired ASAP. I am aware of the lawsuit
No, I think
that is
NJ's
going
right,
down.
Reggie.
I just
I think they're trying to like play it legally instead of just firing everybody. And I think there may be some legal aspects of it that we're not considering.
I mean, yeah, but how can you still pay him? How can you justify paying that man? Like
Again,
really?
like NJ said, they
I mean, I
they
get what
pretty
you're
much
saying.
got
I get what
silence
you're
on
saying.
it.
But to still,
I don't know, man.
man, oh man.
I just know this: when the next shoe
I
drops, whatever
think
that
that part is
story
definitely.
is, yeah, when the shoe drops, right, and the people start getting locked up, and then the people in authority start going to jail, I think we'll see the rabbit hole probably goes a little deeper than what the story even tells us.
So a friend of mine texted me and was saying I'm still reading them about. It's a 200-page lawsuit. Obviously, this is public information, which I don't want to disclose. The reason why is because again, it's going to be names in there. A lot of these people, I personally know. I don't know their children, obviously, but I don't want to tie their name to it because I'm sure it hurts. It has to hurt, no matter what the circumstance is, right? I also know people whose children are on the team still right now that had nothing to do with it. But it's just crazy. Like so now that now we're talking about it, my mind is just going to a whole bunch of different places. I'm like, what about the people that are probably like 21, 22 years old that seen all this shit happen and they never said nothing? Like years ago, they just went through it and never said nothing. It's like damn, man, this shit is just crazy.
NJ already talked
There's
about
just so
that.
many
She
people
said,
now because there's such a
Reggie, she said that I went through it, so they should be able to go through it because it didn't affect me as a person. I was able to get over it. And then they look at it like they don't have no sympathy for nobody else going through it because I went through it. So I'm all right. So you went through it, so you good too. So let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like she kind of put all that stuff out there, man. Like, I don't think she told any lies. Because it
no.
sounds like you just kind of
I mean,
you
that's
sound like
true, but
it sounds
then
like you're recapping what she was saying is what I'm saying.
yeah, but it's just going through my mind, just making me think like, damn, man. And then like,
Yeah,
what
it's
about the
fucked up.
people that? It's gonna be somebody out there that's gonna be an opportunist too. It's gonna be some opportunists too. It's gonna be some.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Shit.
Like
Yep.
I said, the rabbit
Right
hole just
now,
gonna get deeper.
right now, whomever the person is that is accused is sitting there going, shit. How many different times was I alone in the room with somebody who can point the finger and I have no defense? Fuck me.
It's a wrap. All that stuff gonna come out, man. All of it.
I mean, but that's kind of like the under assumption, like he was like the king of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the head of the gang leader or whatever. Shit, they all for all we know, they all could have been doing that shit. Like, because if a person, okay, if he got people holding you, that might have just been his turn. Right?
Yeah. Again, we just assuming, but you could be right. It's systemic, regardless
I
of
don't
whatever
want to
the
be.
situation is. It's systemic, man. And that
I
shit
don't.
with Penn State still bothers me, but it's
I
all
don't
good.
want to be.
It's not all good. And it's always
Man,
going to bother.
that's strange to me.
Yeah, it's never going to be all good. I mean, how many, you know what? I ain't want to go there tonight. I'm going to leave that alone. But like, How much SVU and true crime and Judge Judy can you watch and make jokes about on the internet? And the jokes be so referencing that people automatically associate the character when you use the catchphrases. Like, it's so systemically ingrained, it's part of our catchphrases, like saying amen and thank you, Jesus. I don't believe in either wording, but it gets the point across when you're having sociable conversations, unfortunately.
Yeah, with the boys will be boy shit. That's exactly what that is. It's just bullshit. It's just something to
Hey,
say
I
when
watched
something
the Dukes
happens
of
to make it
Hazzard
weaken up
every
people.
Friday night until that song was ingrained in my head. Matter of fact, it was so ingrained in my head that when I actually did grow up and get my license, I thought I could have a good old boy moment like the Dukes of Hazzard. And the cops quickly let me know I was not Bo and Luke Duke. I did not have the correct physique, look, demeanor, and background to try those characters, and promptly gave me my first $225 10-point ticket at the age of 19.
Wow. Did you think it was a thing about your skin color?
I knew it to be a fact.
Mm.
Another part I really didn't think about is the video recording part. Somebody's definitely gonna have to go to prison.
Hmm.
Somebody that's probably under 18 is probably gonna go to prison for that. Couple of them. There's no way. There's no way out of that, especially
Yeah.
once that act was committed. So I'm very interesting. It's very interesting to know as time goes on because more and more is going to come out. It's going to get to the point in like next week they're going to put their whole first and last name on the internet. I mean, it is, but I mean publicly, and yeah, some of them are definitely going to have to go to jail. And it's like for these acts, some of these people, their life is over. It's over because you get out, you're going to be what you call them. What they call it? A sex offender.
Institutionalized.
You have to
Oh
register.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
You
got
gotta.
you got to register.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna have
Well,
to register. You're gonna
there
live
are ways
somewhere.
to get out of that too. Lie well, but if it's on Snapchat, there's not too many lies you can tell. I hope nobody recorded Snapchat.
Again,
Mhm.
I won't disclose their names, but somebody that basically lives in the next state texted me and gave me every single person name involved.
Wow.
They not from here. They never been here. Never in their life. They've never been to the Yelp. Never. And they know every person name involved. And
Wow.
the reason why is because people are putting it on TikTok, Snapchat, etc. It's everywhere. It's just I'm not that type of person. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing
That's
that.
deep.
I'm not doing that. And when I said seeing the names, I'm like, because some of them juniors.
Mm.
Oh
So you're like,
wow.
why? I'm like, because this is a tight knit community. Everybody know everybody. So it's like, I'm like, oh my goodness.
I'm
Yeah, it's
hoping that
fucked up.
everybody was
It's kind of
raised
like
right and knows how to keep their mouth shut until their lawyer is available. Do not
Yeah.
call home to
I'm
mom
praying
and
for him.
fess up to everything. Just sit on your butt, meditate, read a book, learn how to fast. I don't know what to tell you.
yeah,
I've
you better
never
eat
been
all
there
you
longer
can
than
because we know that's
24
going
hours, so I am not helpful on this at all.
down. You better eat all you can right now because when you go to jail, you not. You not. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That's the worst part. That's the worst part is the food situation. It's the worst. I don't care if you know how to make jailhouse snacks and all that shit. It's still rough because that shit is expensive. So eat all you can, man. But yeah, this is a very interesting story. I just hope whoever was a victim in this situation, more than anything, my heart goes out to him. My heart definitely goes out to him, and I hope they get justice. And I hope every adult that was aware of the situation that did not come forth and did not do anything, I hope you get what you get. Y'all got any
So
final
must
thoughts?
it be. And let's all have a drink today. Oh, I'm sorry, not you guys. Just me.
No, I'm with it.
I'll drink.
I
I'll
got
drink.
my hand up. Cheers. But yeah, I gotta dip through. I thank you, Reggie, for bringing light to the subject as far as education from my aspect of it. Because again, I only know what Jamar told me, and then what I read online wasn't half as deep as what you gave me. So what I
Right.
want to know, well, actually, to be honest with you guys, I don't think this lawsuit's going to stop there. I think a lot more is going to be exposed, especially when you have the
What?
Catholic diocese involved, because we already know what that's been for the past 60, 70 years with the children that's been molested and the families that's been broken apart because of those. I guess they call them fathers in that religion. Just doing things they shouldn't be doing, touching kids, molesting kids, whatever it is that they're doing. Fuck off. They got to
And
get exposed.
And because of
Exactly.
the systemic nature of it, I refuse to put it just down to the Catholic diocese schools. I refuse. We know what goes on in the sports programs. We know what goes on with the hazing practices of high schools and colleges. We know these things. We've seen it. We've heard about it. We've experienced it. Yada yada yada. But as long as we have individuals who are still willing to work it into the program, because that is how it was done in the past, we are never going to get rid of the cults and the cult-like behaviors, because they still trying to say that their morals can be found externally instead of taking credit for what they allow to happen right in front of their face.
Agreed. I wanted to just bring this to light because again, too many times, not even just with sports, right? Too many times in life we hear about Uncle so and so be doing this. Oh, don't tell nobody. Oh, well, R. Kelly didn't do it because he got money, things like that. And even though that's different, even though it's different, but I just think too many times that people try to cover up things and push things under the rug without giving no fuck about the victim, right? And then like a couple months ago, we were talking about men's mental health, right? Listen, where do you think all of them, where do you think their minds are at, right? Think about when they get about 10, 15 years older than what they are right now, right? That shit is traumatic as fuck.
They'll break like a fucking cookie.
That's what I'm saying, right? And especially the person who's making the lawsuit right now. Just imagine where his mind is at or where it's going. We don't never take time to think about that shit. Boys will be boys. The fuck do you mean? He is permanently scarred from that shit. Permanently. And again, you can't try to act like this shit didn't happen. And that was my whole thing. I knew that before I even did this stream, that it was very controversial because these people, I know them. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you will be happy to know that they are getting rid of those online teachers who look good in the clothing that they wear. You will be happy to know they got that offensive teacher of fire.
But yeah, I knew that, you know what I'm saying, this would be a little bit controversial for me because, this is where I live. But again, it's public information. I'm not going to disclose nobody's name, and I just wish everybody the best. And I hope that they get justice. So
They will
thank
get
you.
justice. They will get justice.
Okay.
I just want to know who's cashing the check. Which bank is cashing the check? That's all I want to know. That's it. That's the only thing I care about. Which bank is cashing the check? It's going to be a check. How many zeros on it don't matter. There's going to be a check. Who's cashing the bitch?
Man, that's a payday for that lawyer too. That's probably his biggest case ever.
Right.
He
better invest
cash.
it wisely because these big ones don't come along but once in a lifetime sometimes.
Man.
Right.
We'll see how deep this shit go, y'all.
And don't forget,
Right, because every day,
sound bites.
this
If
week,
it
there's
don't
more and
fit,
more.
you must have quit. There's
It's
a
gonna
lot
keep
of
trickling
sound
out.
bites that can make you money now. Don't forget.
All right, salute y'all. Thanks for
Exactly.
chatting it
I
up with me,
shouldn't
yo.
put
I
the
appreciate
whole
y'all.
name of the school in it. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, NJ, as always. I got to go to the bathroom, about to get up out of here. So I'll definitely be back next week with Faith, Lies, Confusion. As always, I don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll make it up. Thank you again, and good night.